Good evening. Hello. That went better than expected. I didn't know what I was going to have to say then. So thank you so much for coming today. This is Bendigo Health's Graduate Nursing and Midwifery Careers Evening to discuss our 2026 Graduate Nursing and Midwifery positions. My name is Christy Paisley. I'm the Career Advisor here at Bendigo Health and I'll be facilitating the panel discussion. I will pass it over to Kate Fuller, who will be welcoming you to the event and providing our acknowledgement of country.
Good evening, everybody. I'll start with the acknowledgement of country. Bendigo Health acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land, the Dja Dja Wurrung people, and pays respects to their ancestors, elders past, present and future. As a health service, we acknowledge Dja have been healing with country for thousands of years. We recognise and respect their culture and the contribution of all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the region and express our commitment to walking together on this continued healing journey. So welcome this evening. My name's Kate Fuller. I'm the Acting Chief Operating Officer at the moment, but my normal job is as a Director of Nursing in Critical Care. We are delighted to have you come along and happy that you've considered a graduate year here with us at Bendigo Health. Some quick housekeeping. Please put your phones on silent. Bathrooms are available next door and I'm sure someone will guide you there. You can exit the building at the back and just off to the side there, and we've got refreshments available in the kitchen at the back of the hall when we're finished. So they've asked me to discuss my pathway to my current position. So I did my graduate year here in 2001, so quite a long time ago. And after my graduate year, I went to Melbourne for 12 months and figured out you pay more to live there and you earn the same amount of money. So I came home and I got a job in the emergency department at Bendigo Health, and I was there for about 15 years. Worked alongside a lot of people sitting up here as well. And then I was a clinical nurse consultant, so sort of in charge of education, mentoring, orientation, and just overall supporting the staff in the emergency department. And then just as COVID hit, I became the nurse unit manager. So that was a big challenge for me and the department overall, but we got through. About 3 years ago, I became the Director of Nursing of Ambulatory and Critical Care. In that period, I did lots of postgraduate studies in critical care and did a Master's of Nursing as well, and I've had 3 children as well, and one of them is here in the audience tonight. So that's my position. I've pretty much been at Bendigo Health my whole career, and I'm passionate about Bendigo Health. I live here. I was born in Bendigo. The building no longer exists. We knocked it down and built a car park. My family's here. I don't think I'll ever leave. It's part of my community. That's why I'm so committed to nursing at Bendigo Health, because we are doing excellent things, and I'm just glad to see you're all here and interested in what we do. And it is an amazing building that we have as well. So in 2026, Bendigo Health will offer 112 RN and RM graduate positions across 9 programs, along with an additional 30 enrolled nurse graduates. You have the opportunity tonight to meet with your directors of nursing, myself and the team up here, graduate program coordinators and graduates, as well as chatting with members from our workforce planning team about recruitment. So don't be afraid to ask questions to any of us. We're all here to help, and hopefully you get the best out of the night. So welcome.
Thank you, Kate. So now we've got Jodie White from our lead team to discuss our graduate programs for 2026.
Thanks, Christy. So as Christy mentioned, my name is Jodie White and I'm one of the senior nurse educators within Learning, Education and Development at Bendigo Health, and I have the absolute privilege of leading many of our graduate nursing and midwifery programs alongside our MHPDU team that leads the programs in mental health. So I wanted to share with you tonight that at Bendigo Health we're very proud to offer the largest range of regional graduate programs for nursing and midwifery. We're proud to be our region's largest employer and an employer of choice. We have a wide variety of programs on offer, and in 2026 we're introducing even our new program in midwifery, our caseload program. But I can tell you that all of our programs have some things in common. They're all well structured with comprehensive orientation, supernumerary days to help you transition to your clinical areas with each rotation. There are paid study days and ongoing employment upon successful completion of your programs. We also pride ourselves on providing high levels of support. Our team of clinical nurse and midwife educators will work closely with you, as will your nursing midwifery teammates, shift leaders, managers, and people from your interprofessional teams. At Bendigo Health, we are big enough to offer lots of opportunities and remain small enough to care and provide individualised support. So tell me, or show me with a show of hands, who here tonight is interested in theatre nursing, peri-op, peri-anaesthetic nursing? Fantastic. You'll have the opportunity to have a chat to Brenton. What about cancer nursing? So oncology, chemotherapy, radiotherapy. Awesome. Kelly's here tonight, so have a chat to Kel about the opportunities in that space. Mental health.
Come on.
Quick, you better, more hands, just, you got them, Francis?
Oh,
Fabulous. What about our general program? So whether you might have an interest in medical nursing, surgical nursing, inpatient rehab, fabulous. What about palliative care? Super. Midwifery? Double degree nursing midwifery, keep your hands up, put your hands up. Fantastic. Emergency. Oh, lots of hands. Okay, lots of hands. I just want to, so close, Shelley, it was so close. So in regards to that emergency, what about our specialty critical care graduate program?
No.
Always lots of interest. Well, look, who has no idea yet what they want to do? Do you know what? You're really brave. Thank you so much for your honesty. And at Bendigo Health, we welcome you all, because the graduate program is just the beginning of your career and your new profession as a registered nurse or registered midwife. It's an opportunity to build on your clinical skills and knowledge, provide evidence-based care, be part of a team, make friendships, and to have some fun, all while living the Bendigo Health vision of excellent care, every person, every time. So what about education and support opportunities beyond my graduate year, I hear you ask? Well, know that you will remain supported by our clinical nurse and midwife educators, as do all of our staff, as everyone is less experienced in something. The nursing and midwifery trajectories that you will be introduced to in your graduate year will help to continue to support your development as you gain more and more experience. Professional development, you will have the opportunity to book into study days, sessions, workshops, attend in-services, complete gold modules, which is our online learning platform, and do things that are relevant and in line with your professional aspirations. And all of these will help progress you along your trajectory. Bendigo Health also partners with a range of tertiary education providers to provide postgraduate study opportunities in critical care, midwifery, mental health, perioperative peri-anaesthetics, oncology, renal, the list goes on. So really, whatever you're interested in, we can help to support that here at Bendigo Health. So tonight, please be sure to spend time asking your questions to our graduate coordinators, clinical educators, current graduates, panel members, and also our recruitment team. Thank you all so much for your time. Best wishes with your studies, and looking forward to reading your applications soon. So thank you.
Thank you, Jodie. So now it's my time to introduce our discussion panel. So I'm going to start with a question I generally ask at an interview, so we thought we'd interview our panel. Tell me something, or tell me why you're passionate about nursing and midwifery, internal and external to nursing here at Bendigo Health.
Thanks, Christy. So one of the reasons that makes me passionate about my nursing and nursing career, and particularly working in education, is to not just see your faces now, but to know that myself and my team are able to help lead, support and inspire you and our future generations of nurses and midwives as you begin your careers here with us. And you want to know something that I'm passionate about outside of my work? Fun fact. Something that many people won't know about me, but I know that a few people in my team will be aware. I am an absolutely huge mad collector of Bendigo pottery and Australian pottery, and have been lucky enough over the years to contribute pieces from my collection into reference books that have been published. So that's just a sneaky little something.
You're welcome. Francis, we are.
G'day guys. Well, my nursing's mental health career, I'm really passionate actually about child and adolescent mental health would be if I was really honest. It's an area where I've worked for about 20 years of my life because I felt like I could really make a difference early on in the consumer's life. And more lately I've been really keen to see staff get well supported and educated across their whole working lives. So I'm very keen about that. In my personal life, it's much the same. I'm passionate about my family. I'd probably say I'm passionate about building and renovating, and I'm a very keen hiker doing multi-day hikes. I go off for 5 to 10 nights out in the wilderness. So I guess that's what I do.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I'm Director of Nursing in Aged Care, so I'm very passionate about aged care. One of the things I'm obviously passionate about is providing resident-focused care, and leading on from Francis, we provide, what am I trying to say? Sorry. Support at the end of people's lives rather than at the beginning. So I'm very passionate about that. In my personal life, I would say that I'm passionate about organic gardening.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm the Medical Services Director of Nursing. I suppose I'm really passionate about building capacity in my team. I really love seeing my team members grow as leaders, and also I love seeing junior nurses quickly jumping up the ranks and becoming leaders within their department. So it really inspires me, and I love seeing people progress. I'm really passionate about travel, and I'm about to go on a 6-week trip overseas to Europe. So I'm really excited to start that on Monday. So happy winter for you folks.
G'day, my name's Brenton. I'm the Director of Nursing to Surgical Services. It's a good question. I was thinking that internally and externally, I'm really passionate about community and community connection. Like this is Bendigo Community Hospital. I volunteer my time outside of Bendigo Health. Bendigo Food Chair. I coach football and play football. Like Penny, I love the idea. I've been a nurse for 15 years, seeing less experienced and junior staff move up. I think Bendigo Health does an amazing job in encouraging people to be the best they can and move into leadership positions. I was just thinking of a fun fact that I'm pretty sure the nursing degree is 3 years. It took me 4. I've failed a number of subjects throughout my undergrad, so it took me 4 years to become a nurse. But I think that just shows that, academically, maybe not that resilient, but maybe not that bright, but, Bendigo Health's given me the ability and the tools to get to the point where I am now, so that's what I'm passionate about.
Thanks, Brenton. My name's Shelley. I'm the Director of Nursing and Midwifery for Women's and Children's Services. I probably share the passion for midwifery and nursing both equally. I don't say that in maternity circles very lightly. I'm passionate about midwifery because we get to make a difference in the lives of women during their most vulnerable time. But I'm equally as passionate about paediatric nursing. When you have a child in hospital, it is probably one of the hardest times. And, having 3 of my own children, it is particularly tough when a loved one's unwell. So I do thoroughly enjoy paediatric nursing as well. Fun fact, or what drives me outside work, this one beside me drags me along to F45, so I'm passionate about that. But I am passionate about my family probably first and foremost, and I love watching my kids play sport. Equally love sport as well, but yeah, I love watching them on the weekends and probably barrack a little bit too hard for their liking and embarrass the hell out of them, but I have fun. Thanks, Shelley. You all know me. I don't need to introduce myself again. Internally at Bendigo Health, I think the good thing about nursing is that you're always learning and you never know everything. So we are still learning as directors as well. As an emergency nurse by trade, I'm passionate obviously about ED nursing and what you get to do down there. Obviously you manage all age groups and everything that comes through the door, from a cardiac arrest to a broken arm, not looking at anybody recently. But yeah, it's all different. Your day's never the same, and that's what's good about it. You can walk in not knowing what you're going to get and walk out at the end of the day really satisfied with what you've achieved. Externally, yeah, obviously passionate and joining Shelley at F45. Passionate about netball, but a knee injury ended that a couple of years ago, so I live through my children now. But mostly I got into nursing because I lost my dad when I was really young, and that's what drove me to do nursing, and I'm just really proud that now both my adult daughters are also doing nursing, so they're in second and third year, and I'm just super proud that they've chosen the same career as me. So thanks.
Thank you, Kate. I'm not sure how we're going with the mic situation, but thank you. So, Kate, our first question, what is something our audience may not know about working as a graduate in critical care at Bendigo Health?
So everyone thinks critical care is all whiz-bang machines and beeping things and things you have to fix and all about clinical skills. But the hardest part about critical care nursing is the emotional resilience that you need to have, because you deal with families that are at their worst time, when they're having really challenging time with their loved one in that ICU or emergency bed. In ICU in particular, we do organ donation here, so that can be really challenging as well to navigate through that. In emergency as well, we deal with all sorts of, age groups, as I said before. So we work with kids, so how do you interact with the parents? We work with the elderly, and how do you support their loved one when they're in hospital? So I think it's the emotional resilience. Like, everyone thinks really good machines, lots of things go ping, and I have to really know how to use that. But you also really need to know how to be that support person and talk to someone. And it can differ across the lifespan as well. So you always have to adapt and change the way you interact with people to make sure they get the best out of you and you get the best out of them. So that's it.
Thank you. So now on to Francis and mental health. What sets the Bendigo Health mental health program apart from other mental health graduate programs?
Yeah. You may not have heard what Penny said, she said, because I'm in it. It's interesting hearing how long people have been here. I'm not sure I want to share how long I've worked for Bendigo Health or Preludes, but yes, probably before your parents were born. My mother actually worked here as well, and I've worked here, so I like what people have been talking about, our connection to community, very important about Bendigo Health. So mental health, our grad program is a little bit different. It gains you credit points with a Masters in Mental Health, and there's an expectation that you're enrolled to a Latrobe Uni and into the Masters, and then you have an option to step out of that at the end of the year and just qualify with a graduate certificate. But I guess the other parts about our program is we have 3 rotations, and our program involves community settings as well. Fully supported, as we say. Mental health, I guess, is a career that people often worry about. Oh, if I go mental health, how do I go general? Go back into acute health? You can go back into acute health. It's a question everyone faces, and please ask all the people tonight, about those decisions. What you don't also realise is that if you're working in ED and all those other areas, you're probably working with a lot of mental health anyway. So you are working in mental health. So you'll all be working in mental health because it's an important part of providing emotional support to in your work.
Thanks, Francis. Now over to Brenton. What would your advice be for someone considering a graduate year in peri-op and peri-air nursing?
Thank you. Well, if you're interested in it, go for your life. I've heard a couple of other responses here, and I think that's really similar for us. Like, my background's ED as well. You know, sometimes you go into careers thinking that that's what you want to do. Again, we see people at their worst and at their best. You know, we deliver babies every day, and we support, you know, the patients and their family members at the best times of their life. And without going into too much data, which I love, if you think about the Loddon Valley, 25% of the state geographically, it's quite a really big region, and we offer an emergency surgery and orthopaedic trauma service at Bendigo Health. I suppose just some facts around the program we run. You know, grads are Monday to Friday, 10-hour shifts, so you won't be doing weekends, you won't be doing after hours or on call. You know, and some of those little things, if you're doing a 10-hour shift, you know, if that's what becomes normal to you, you get an extra day off over that fortnight as well. You know, within the peri-am graduate though, you know, it's within theatre, anaesthetics, recovery or day of surgery and admissions. You know, so you're really well supported with clinical support nurses. You know, within anaesthetics, you get 6 weeks of supernumerary time. You know, we're really flexible with our rostering. But I sound like I'm selling a car. But you know, coming from ED to surgical services, you know, I'm overwhelmed on days when you see the emergency response when we need to. It's amazing to see, and you'll find that when you do your graduate with us, you know, we really promote further education and ongoing education. The skills that you learn though are transferable to other departments within Bendigo Health as well. You're not pigeonholed to one area for the rest of your career, and I've sort of found that as the director of nursing now, I haven't scrubbed for a case in my life, not in my undergrad, my grad year ever. So, you know, if you're passionate about patient advocacy, you've got, you know, you need to have good communication skills and technical skills. You know, you're really well supported, and in our nurse unit manager group, what I love about them is they know every staff member, and they're always contactable. I'm big on wellbeing and looking after our staff. You know, the idea of people wanting to come to work and leaving happy after work is really big for me as well. So, do you reckon I've sold it enough? You're coming.
So, over to Penny. So, what is something unexpected that graduates may learn when working within a medical services unit?
Well, medical services is 9 different departments, so only 3 of them are medical, but the rest are, we've got a great breadth of types of specialties. So we've got surgical, orthopaedic, nursing, we've got palliative care, you can work palliative care community or inpatient. So our medical specialty that looks at oncology, we've got respiratory medicine, and we've got neuro as well. So we've got really good diversity in specialties. The other good things about it, some of our wards is we've got complex care units, so that we've got high acuity patients that have been nursed at a 1-to-3 ratio, which gives nurses that have got an interest or a curiosity about patients that are a little bit sicker than the average ward one, so you can upskill in that space. The other good thing about our service is we're really proactive in getting involved in Safe Care Victoria projects. So we've got quite a number of projects on the go at the moment, which each ward is sort of participating in. We've got a COPD, Safe Care Victoria project. We've got criteria-led discharging, so getting patients out quickly from being discharged home. And we've also got a stroke pathway project on the go as well, which the staff get to be part of. So it's a great place to work.
Thanks, Penny. So over to Ruth in aged care. So what is the most rewarding aspects about working in aged care?
Okay, so I think the most rewarding things about aged care is making a tangible difference to somebody's life. So not only are we providing clinical care, we're also somebody's companion, we're their support, we're their advocate. So we get all that every day. And every day we have opportunity to provide a positive influence on somebody's life. So we get that as well as learning a wide range of skills, building very meaningful relationships, and there's lots of career opportunities as well. You can advance very quickly in aged care.
Thank you. So last question, Shelley. Can you tell us about the variety of clinical opportunities you received as a graduate registered midwife here at Bendigo Health?
As a graduate midwife at Bendigo Health, we offer lots of different placements. One of our big advantages being in the region is we can facilitate our midwives working through their full scope of practice. So antenatal clinics, we have an assessment clinic, you can work through birth suite, the postnatal floor, midwifery home care, but also our special care nursery. We, as the only level 5 capability service in the Loddon Valley, we see a lot of women with high risk pregnancies. So we get quite complex women and get to practice our kind of ED type nursing and midwifery skills. So we've kind of got the best of both worlds, to be honest. We've got a little bit of low risk pregnancy care, but we've also got some high risk complex pregnancy care, as well as our neonatal care. So that's the benefit, I think, of being in the region. We very rarely transfer to Metro unless they're out of our capability. But as a first for next year, we've also got opportunity for our grads to rotate through our caseload midwifery. So that's our continuity model, or otherwise known as our MAMTA model. So that's a really exciting addition to our grad year next year. And it's something that we've been working on and really looking forward to allowing midwives to practice their full scope. So yeah, that's our selling point, if you like.
Thanks, Shelley. I think everyone done a wonderful job of selling their service. So thank you so much for the panel members for coming today and providing insights into your areas and in the programs. So our panel members will be available to talk to you at our booths, which is after the panel discussion. So please thank our panel. So now it's over to me. So I will provide some information about the recruitment process. And I know I sent you all a questionnaire about what questions you're wanting to know about our programs. And there was lots of focus on the recruitment process and your applications. And I'm feeling that might be a little bit of anxiety about what we're going to do and how you can best do your best job. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the recruitment process and some tips, but please visit our recruitment table outside and see our team if you have any more specific questions. So there's 2 steps to the process, and I'm sure you're all aware of PMCV. So your PMCV application is number 1. So if you have any questions about that, visit PMCV. It does, obviously you have to nominate Bendigo Health as your preference to be considered for a Bendigo Health graduate program. You do need 2 references, and positions open on Monday the 2nd of June. Step 2 is to apply for Bendigo Health. So you do need to have a Success Factors account, which is our recruitment portal. So log on to Bendigo Health careers page and make yourself an account through the Success Factors program. If you need help with that, please see our team today. So I will give you a bit of a rundown of what's in the checklist, which you've got one in your goodie bags today. So you may not have seen it, but it is the checklist which will be listed or added to your application. So I know people will be very interested in reading that. You can apply for multiple programs here at Bendigo Health through the one application. So you'll be putting your preferences in to Bendigo Health for the programs you're applying to here. Applications open on Monday the 2nd of June. We won't be doing any face-to-face interviews for all of the programs except for mental health. They will be doing a virtual interview process. And if you have any more questions about that, see our wonderful mental health team down the back, or Francis can answer any questions. Okay, so now preparing for your application. I've just listed what you need to be included in your application, just to give you a bit of an overview. So you have to, this year it's quite different. You have to provide a statement of career intention instead of a cover letter. So it's a little bit different. Have a look at the PMC FAQs if you have any questions about that, or you can talk to our team here today. Next is preparing your preferences for Bendigo Health. So when you apply for Bendigo Health, you have to put which programs you're applying to us. We're not asking for your preferences to PMCB, just your Bendigo Health preferences. And you have to complete a key selection criteria. So that will be on your application. Next is your resume, which includes all of the standard resume aspects, but we've listed that there. Again, you've got your handout in your bag. Then you have to provide a copy of your most recent academic transcript from a university. I would suggest contacting them as soon as possible. It takes some time sometimes, so if you haven't got it already, contact your uni and get your academic transcript ready to go for your application. And then lastly, it's 3 clinical placement reports. So obviously including the most relevant to your stream that you're applying for. There is some questions about that. So sometimes you haven't got your placement reports for your application. So provide 3 that you've got. And if you have any queries, contact the recruitment team after that. You will be asked to upload everything onto SuccessFactors. Biggest tip I've got of the night, save everything as a PDF. No issues with us viewing anything on different computers or different software. Save all your documents as a PDF individually and you won't have any trouble. So that's what's preparing for your application. Now some tips. So a personalised approach. So we really want to see you step off the page. So we want to hear about you and who you are. No use of AI, please. We can see if you have used AI, so please work on being your own personal approach. My little tip is to speak it aloud. Talk to your friend or your family and actually speak aloud what you're wanting to say, because it really jump off the page if I hear you speaking when you write it out. Your career aspirations and professional development. Where do you want your nursing career to take you? You may not know, and that's okay, but just have a think about that. Keep it clear and relevant. Ensure that you have got correct spelling and grammar along with clear headings. I know it's simple, but we do see a lot of that missed. Be organised. Review your application checklist. Have it printed off, your highlighter, whatever works for you, to ensure that you haven't missed anything. Upload your documents as a PDF. And the last thing I would suggest is ask a friend or family or a colleague to check your application against the checklist. The double set of hands, double set of eyes always helps. So hopefully that helps. We want to hear from you about who you are, but we also want the correct grammar. We want to be able to open your file. We want to receive your application. So hopefully that's helped. If you have any other questions regarding recruitment, please go see our team and we'll be able to help you with that. So.
Christy,
Yes. Well, that was really loud.
is it just worth noting that it's okay to say I want to do care and I want to do...
Yes, it's okay not to know.
It's okay to say that, because that's often a question people ask. They go, oh, it's awkward to say I want that job and I want to do that program, I want to do that. It's okay to say you want to do it.
Exactly. Thank you, Francis.
Yeah,
and I think
it's really important that it's okay, because we're
and that is a perfect example of a question that we always receive, is that we don't want to say this if we miss out on this. Just be open and honest and say you're passionate about multiple programs, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do at 21, so...
And in PNBC, you do need to nominate the actual programs.
Yes.
Not just Bendigo Health, it's actually...
We've got our 9 different programs which you preference. Okay, so that's it. So we look forward to you being your best year at Bendigo Health in 2026. Just be advised, we do have a photographer who will be taking photos throughout the night, so if you really don't want your photo within anything that we publish, please come and see us directly and we'll make sure that you're included. So thank you so much. From here, we'll be having our tours. You would have received emails from me today. We're giving you a set dedicated time. There's a poster outside where you meet for your tours and you'll meet your lovely tour guides and members of the team. And come and see us at Fritz. Thank you.